Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill, Friday the 18th of August 2023. In today's Mill News, we have from the londonnewsonline.co.uk, South London Press's online website. I don't lack confidence. Mill summer signing Kevin Nisbet, not overthinking, wait for first goal in English football. Mill summer signing Kevin Nisbet believes he should have already opened his account for the club and insists they will be more concerned if the chances were not falling his way. The 26-year-old Glaswegian has started both championship matches this season since signing at the Den over the summer in a seven-figure move from Scottish side Hibernian. Nisbet forced two saves from Middlesbrough keeper Zian in the opening day 1-0 win and registered two shots in the 1-0 defeat to Bristol City last weekend. Scottish international, who scored two hat-tricks during pre-season, is still searching for his first goal. I really thought I should have had a couple against Middlesbrough, Nisbet told the South London Press. I didn't have many chances against Bristol City. I know that if I keep getting the chances, I'll pull them away, and it will come very soon. When I was younger, I used to think about the game too much after. And it snowballed into the next week and the next game, but as you grow as a player, you put it to bed. Obviously, if you're going to miss chances, it's just about being there to put in the next one. Sometimes it just needs to hit off you and go in, and that puts you on a run. I've been in these situations before in clubs where you don't score for 3 or 4 games, and everyone goes, he can't handle it. And then I go and score 10 in 4 games. That's the way it is as a striker. The hardest position to play on the park. You need to score goals, and you're under a lot of pressure. But I know I can believe I can score goals. I don't lack confidence. It doesn't matter. I'm not scoring or not. I would be more worried if I wasn't in positions or situations to try and take the chance. I always back myself to score goals. I know that as soon as one goes in, they will start flying in. Gary's fairly happy. My link-up play movement is fairly decent to get opportunities. I just need to get that first one. Hopefully it starts on Sunday against Norwich. Nisbet climbed his way through the Scottish divisions following his release from Partick Thistle to reach the Premiership when he signed for Hibs in July 2020. The striker bagged 27 goals in 86 Scottish top-flight appearances before heading to Den this summer. It's got a lot of similarities to the Scottish Premier League, he said, assessing his life to start in England. It's physical, but it's probably a bit more tactical down here as well. There are better players down here as well, which factors into it. Big and quick defenders, you need to have that football brain to get away from them. I asked a few guys in the Scottish team as well, Lyndon Doyce and Liam Cooper for feedback, and they played down here and gave me a few things to look out for. Nisbet started both championship matches alongside Zian, who won Millwall's Player of the Year last time out, following a debut campaign that saw him grab 15 goals and pick up 3 assists. Well, you can tell straight away how good he actually is, said Nisbet, the Dutch attacker. He's a great person and an unbelievable player. He's probably sitting in the same boat as I am. That's not going for him right now, but I've been impressed with Duncan Watmore as well. He's been really good in training. He's been a driving force from midfield to attack. Playing with these two, I'm scored plenty this season. Mill will head to Carrow Road on Sunday to take on David Wagner's Norwich City side. We wanted to be a click a lot quicker, but it might take a few games for us to get the click as a new team, admitted Nisbet. We have new players in a new system with players who haven't played before, and hopefully it all clicks on Sunday, and we put in a good performance. Indeed. So there's Kevin Nisbet there with an interview for the South London Press. We now move on to the first 4 stories are from the South London Press. Gary Rowett discussing Casper de Norre. Gary Rowett backs Casper de Norre to build on promising start to Millwall career. Millwall boss Gary Rowett believes there is still much more to come from Casper de Norre after the Belgian's impressive start to life at the club. The former Gonk midfielder joined the lines in the summer from Hood Everly Leuven on a long-term contract and started their first 2 league matches this season. De Norre was awarded the Player of the Match award following a 1-0 defeat to Bristol City last weekend. Oh, he started brightly, Rowett told the South London Press. We know what a good player is. He's a player who's tracked for a while. He's a player who will get better and better. Physically, he's found the difference with championship football. When he's has reached 60 to 65 minutes in 5 games, he's felt that little bit of fatigue that you're not used to, and those are the elements that he will prove on. He's comfortable on the ball, bright, and he has a spark about him where he wants to get on and break forward. He wants to give you something in the final third. And there he is there with his Man of the Match award. He will be a really good player for us. He's performed really well. There's a lot more to come from Casper. The 26-year-old's emergence has meant that Jules Savoy came 3rd in the club's player of the season vote and made 42 championship appearances last season. has been benched. Billy Mitchell started both championship games alongside him. "Oh, every decision's a tough decision," said Rowett of leaving Savile out in the starting lineup. "Every player will feel they deserve to start. Every player's probably done enough to have that feeling that they might start. As a manager, you have to pick the team that you think is most effective in the first few games. Sav is an experienced player. He knows he'll get back in there with his opportunities. Look for him to take it. What is important this year is that you have to go out there and everybody's earned the right to play, regardless of how last season went or regardless of how many games they played." So there you go. Gary Rowett on Casper de Norre and Sav being out of the team. Moving on to Gary Rowett again, speaking about Zian Flemming. And like I said, this is also from London News Online. Okay. Millwall boss backing Zian Flemming to get back to his best after a difficult summer of transfer speculation. Millwall boss Gary Rowett is confident that Zian Flemming is not far away from getting back to his best for the club after a summer full of transfer speculation. Our paper reported in July that the Lions have rejected 4 bids from Premier League new boys Burnley. 25-year-old attacker scored 15 goals and picked up 3 assists in his debut campaign for the South Londoners after arriving from Fortuna Sittard last summer. Amsterdam-born Flemming has started the first 2 championship outings this season alongside summer signing Kevin Nisbet. "Players are human beings first and foremost. They have families," Rowett told the South Londoners. "It's always difficult when you get that speculation and a couple of offers come in. It's impossible as a player not to think about it or have it on your mind. He's an ambitious footballer who's done well for us, and he wants to be in the Premier League with or without us. We haven't gone past that, I think. He's settled back down to be a bit more focused. It might take a few more games, but it won't be long, in my opinion, before we see Zian back to his best. He's such an important player for us, and he gives us so much in the team. And we're all working hard to get him back into a position where he can impact games more positively." After a win against last season's playoff semi-finalist Middlesbrough on the opening day of the 23-24 campaign, Millwall suffered a 4-0 defeat to League One side Reading in the EFL Cup and fell to a late 1-0 defeat to Bristol City in the league. "You want to see it straight away, but the reality is it takes a bit of time when you've brought new players in sometimes," said Rowett of the team gelling. "There was a lot positive about the Middlesbrough performance. It was as good as we played for a long time away from home. A little bit of reverse in the home game against Bristol City where we just didn't really get going. Whether that was the emotion of the day, you'd have to ask the players, but we expect a little bit more at home from our performances. We expect more energy, aggression, and front foot play. And we're looking forward to seeing how that develops and the team playing with a little bit more consistency." Indeed, it really is a big test. So we've had one win away from home, we've had 1 defeat at home. So what's going to happen in the next away game at Norwich? A draw? That would be the middle of the road result. A 0-0 draw that bores everyone to death, especially seeing as we're on TV. That would be my pick. So here we go. A former Fulham man helping Millwall's Danny McNamara improve his game. Danny McNamara is picking the brains of new Millwall signing Joe Bryan in order to improve his own game. The Lions secured Bryan's signature over the summer with the left back starting the first 2 outings of the Championship campaign. Bryan has played in the Premier League and won promotion from the Championship twice with Fulham during his time at Craven Cottage. The 29-year-old also scored both goals, including a spectacular free kick in the 2-1 Championship playoff final win over Brentford in 2020. Right wing-back McNamara, 24, plays on the opposite flank of Bryan. "I try and learn from him as much as I can," McNamara told the South London Press of his defensive counterpart. "I want to pick his brains. He's played in the Premier League and at the highest level, so I try and learn as much as I can from him. As soon as he came in during pre-season, we'd never spoken before, but he was instantly helping me with my game. He had watched me a little bit of my game and telling me what I could do better, and that helps massively. If I have that guy on the other side of the pitch, I can learn from him as much as I can, and I want to take this into the season. I'm the most critical person there is. I know I need to get goals and assists, and that's something I will keep working on and try and add to my game. I want to create as much as I can and give as much to the team as possible." You look at players like Reece James, he's playing in the wing-back role, and the way he delivers the ball is unbelievable. I like watching Kieran Trippier as well. These are players I watch in the League, and I'm striving to be like that. The Lions Academy graduate made his 100th competitive appearance for the club at the start of the season in a 1-0 victory at Middlesbrough. I was buzzing, admitted Sid Cupboard defender. For me to come back from loan at St John's 2.5 years ago, and now I can say I've made 100 appearances for my club, it's a true honour. It was a special moment for me and my family. Even coming in against Boreham Wood for his debut was such a special moment. All my mates were watching and my family too. It seems so long ago since the debut, but it's been a hell of a ride so far. Long may it continue. I can't thank the gaffer and the staff enough for giving me the opportunity. So, with 100 appearances under his belt, which game sticks out best in McNamara's mind? Oh, in my 50th appearance against Barnsley, I scored 2 goals. You couldn't write it. 50 appearances and to score 2 goals. I didn't score all season, so to score 2 was madness. And that was the occasion I look back on and think that was one of my highs. I want to try and reach another 100. I want to play as many games as I can and try and take this club as far as possible. I want to see myself as a more experienced leader who can help the younger lads coming through. I just want to achieve as much as I can this season. McNamara, who's been capped by the Republic of Ireland at under 19 level, was called up after the end of Mill's season to a senior 22 player training camp to begin preparations ahead of upcoming UEFA Euro 2024 qualifiers against Greece and Gibraltar. Oh, it was a great experience, he said, just to be around the squad and to be around the manager. I learned as much as I could off the lads, the tempo of the training sessions and the intensity. It's international football. You're playing with the best of that category. It will only develop me. Hopefully I can push on to get into the next international squad. To get into the senior team's a target for me. I want to show Stephen Kenny that he can trust me and can call me up to each international break. The Lions kicked off this season with a win up at Middlesbrough, finished inside the places last year thanks to Romain Esse's first goal in senior football. But Gary outside suffered a 1-0 defeat to Bristol City last time out, with a Robin scoring in 94th minute clincher at the Den. It's mixed emotions, said McNamara, assessing the start of the new championship year. We started the season so well, but we didn't produce our best performance on Saturday. We were on such a high after the Borough game to produce so many chances and to play so well. And then to come up against Bristol on Saturday and not create too much is a bit of a downer. But we'll go out there this Sunday and we'll try and put that right. We know it'll be a tough season. There are tough teams in this league, but every year there's no game where you go, we can't go and beat them. Every game's tough this year. We'll go out there and try and give it our best shot. 4 new players have been added to the squad this summer, with Kevin and Nisbet, Casper, Norre, Wes Harding and Teja Sarkic all signing on permanent deals. Mill will head to Norwich this Sunday, looking to get back to winning ways. We're still learning from each other, said McNamara. It's down to us to bounce back from the negative performance against Bristol City, and we'll go there on Sunday and show what we're all about. So there you go. There's the Danny McNamara interview that I'm sure was in today's South London Press. If you're see a copy of it, pick it up and have a read of it. It's well worth it. The sports section. There you go. Now, Norwich game. Talking of that game, here we go. Obviously, the game is on Sky in England, which means it's on other channels around the world, which means that it's going to be blacklisted in certain countries. You cannot buy a meal pass to watch it in certain countries around the world. You can only listen to it on Millwall TV. So this is where you can buy a match pass to watch the game around the world. American Samoa, Benin, Botswana, Cape Verde, Christmas Island, Comoros, East Timor, Federated States of Micronesia, Guam, Hungary, Kiribati, which is written out Kiribati. Why do they do that? I don't know. Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, Myanmar. Who? Burma, exactly. Niger. Well, I think they've got other things on their mind at the time, but if you're in Niger, maybe you're fighting a guerrilla war against the Wagner group. Have a little break and watch Mill's game in Niger. Pitcairn Islands, South Tyrol, which is part of Italy, but it has its own autonomy. So there you go. They can do what they want. So yeah, as you can see, all of these places around the world, you can buy a match pass, but if you didn't see a country on there, it means you can't. And now we move on to the next thing, which is from liveonsat.com. So these are the channels around the world, mostly in Europe, where you can watch it. So because these TV channels have bought the rights to show the game, it means that Millwall can't show. Millwall have to block it in this country where these channels are. So we've got Arena Premium 1, which BIH, is that Bosnia? I don't know. Arena Premium 3 in Serbia. We've got DAZN Canada, ESPN Plus in USA, Cosmos Sport, which I think is Greece. We've got Santa Sports Kazakhstan, but they're spelling it with Q's. Is that Kazakhstan as in the country Kazakhstan with K's? But they spell their own country name with Q's, and they've been too polite to correct everyone else. I don't know. Santa Sports Ukraine Plus, again. If you're fighting a war against the Russians, maybe have a break and watch Norwich City versus Millwall. Sport 2 in Israel. And then Viaplay in Baltic, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, and Sweden. These are all the channels around the world where you can watch Norwich City versus Millwall at 12 o'clock British summertime. So whatever that is in your locality. Yeah. And if so, there are your options. You buy a match pass if you live in the countries that were on the previous page, and you have to watch it on these channels if you're in any of these countries. So there you go. Now, talking of TV games, Sky Sports have made their latest selection of EFL games. Here we go. Millwall are not on it. So why am I telling you? Why am I showing you this? What's the point? Millwall ain't on it. Exactly. So these are the games up until Monday the 9th of October, which means that Millwall's games on these dates are set to go ahead at the time and place and day that they're currently scheduled at. They won't be moved for television. So obviously the game just before then, the Leeds game was moved for television. Sunday the 17th of September. That's on Leeds at home. That's on TV. But then it looks like so midweek Rotherham at home. That'll be at the same time and place. Because the midweek game, Sky moved them to 8, so 7:45. It looks like that's set. West Brom away Saturday the 23rd. That seems fine. So if you're abroad, you're coming in, you want to book planes, trains, days off, whatever you want to making plans, buying tickets. These games that I mentioned, West Brom away, Swansea at home, Plymouth away, and Hull at home, they seem to be set now. They won't be moved to television, so you're set to go ahead and make your plans, buy your tickets, and crack on. So there you go. Now, Norwich away. An absolute horrific place to travel to as a Millwall fan. Actually, I like Norwich as a city. Kind of old school, medieval vibe. Warrens and stuff, like little alleys and stuff in the town centre. Pretty decent place. But as a Mill fan, this is not a good place to go. This is from 11v11.com. It's the head-to-head between Millwall and Norwich, and I've sorted it by Norwich City versus Millwall first. And the last time we won there was around about 23 games ago, in 1968, November 1968. We won 3-0. Which is probably a bit of shock because the year before we lost 5-2. But even going further back before then, our latest win before then was 1950. So if you add that all up, I think I did it earlier. We have won once in 34 trips to Carrow Road. One win in 34 games. We've lost 5-2, we've lost 4-1, lost 6-1 twice. Boxing Day 2014 and Christmas 1985. So luckily we're not playing them around the Christmas time. 21st of December 1985, lost 6-1. So luckily we didn't get paired up with them around Christmas time this year. Free ones, loads of free ones. A 4-3 defeat a couple of years ago, 2018. That's 5 years now. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It does not look good at all. So August, have we played at Carrow Road in August? We must have done. Let's have a look. Oh, we haven't. So we've played all these games away at Carrow Road, and we have only played one game in August. That was the 25th of August, 1923, and that was a 1-1 draw. It was in Division 3 South. Unbelievably, scrolling through, there's literally oh no. Actually, last time out we played in August, and we lost 2-0. So that was literally to the day, basically, 19th of August, 2022, and we lost 2-0. That was the game that was on TV as well, where we were doing all right until half time, because Norwich were just being a bit impatient and just shooting willy-nilly. And I think the manager had a word and said, "Why do you keep shooting for? Just take your time and work through the players and play around them, and then get a clean shot off, and you'll do all right." And they seemed to do that. It was literally like night and day between how they were playing in the first half and the second half. So the manager clearly said something. And then we ended up conceding, and that was that. Good night, Vienna. So there you go. But yeah, this is a horrific record. Last best result 0-0. That was 3 years ago in the COVID season, I think that was. Before 1-1, 0-0, 0-0, 1-1, 2-2 in 1988. 2-2, 1972. So yeah, this is an horrendous record, and we'll see how we go on Sunday. I keep saying tomorrow, but obviously this is Sunday, but I'm filming the video today, previewing it today, rather than waiting until tomorrow. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see if this amazing formation that Carrow Road's playing leads to us winning this game for the first time in many years. So here we go. This is from whoscored.com. It's the previous meetings, the last 6 meetings. We've lost 5, drawn 1, and won 0. They have scored 16 goals in the 6 games. We've scored 6. We've averaging 1 a game. Averaging a lot more than that. We've only kept 1 clean sheet, 0-0 draw, and they have kept 2 clean sheets, 1 in the 0-0 draw and 1 last year to win. So there you go. Card 7 for them, 11 for us. If we scroll down, there's the table, whatever it means after 2 games. We have, with our boring brand of football, scored 1 goal, conceded 1 goal in 2 games. Norwich City, on the other hand, have scored 6 in 2 games, but conceded 5 in 2 games. So it seems if someone was to attack them, they might score because they have a shaky defence. So isn't it a shame that we play our shit boring formation? Probably a bit early for this, yeah, but we might as well do it anyway. So here's our away game, the one that we've had. Kept a clean sheet, 1-1-0. Their home game, they conceded to Hull, but they did win 2-1. So it seems they seem to be in some kind of shootout policy, which is a bit weird, but hey ho. Oh dear, here we go. Look at this. Norwich's strengths: attacking set pieces, creating chances through individual skill, coming back from losing positions, creating scoring chances, all very strong. And then they've got strong counter-attack, creating long shot opportunities, shooting for direct free kicks, finishing scoring chances. Their weaknesses: avoiding offside, protecting the lead, avoiding fouling in dangerous areas. Well, that's a shame for us because defending set pieces. Well, I think we had like 12 corners the other day and we didn't do jack shit with them. So here's a style and whatever. Match forecast. Norwich will score as a result of individual skill. Very likely. Millwall will score from a direct free kick. Or Kevin Nisbet. This is your chance to shine, my son. Or will Zian Flemming push him off the ball and try and take it? I don't know. Norwich have won 6 of their last 7 home matches against Millwall in all competition. Norwich have scored at least 2 goals in 6 of their last 7 home matches against Millwall in all competitions. Now moving on to another page from whoscored.com. Preview page. Here's this website's selected team. They think Bogle Salmon's going to start for some reason. I don't know why they think that. Is Watmore injured? I don't know. They obviously know Honeyman's our only injury. Prediction. Despite attempting fewer than half of the 31 shots taken by Southampton last weekend, Norwich still managed to create plenty of chances. The Canaries scored 4 times and their trip to St Mary's. That's like a month's worth of goals for us. And we're only denied all 3 points by an Adam Armstrong penalty deep into stoppage time. Millwall failed to produce an adequate response to a humiliating 4-0 home defeat to Reading in the Carabao Cup when they hosted Bristol City last weekend. The London club conceded in the 3rd minute of added time, failing to score for the 2nd game in a row as they walked away from the match empty-handed. And they predict Norwich City 2, Millwall 0. So there you go. And currently Romain Esse is our top scorer with 1 goal. In fact, he's our only scorer with 1 goal from 3 games. But yeah, 2-0 according to whoscored.com. Now, what about David Pratton at skysports.com? Well, let's have a look and see what he predicts for our game, which is on Sky Sports live. Okay, where are we? I don't know. It's a bit weird that we're on Sky and we're still right at the bottom. But here we are. So Norwich versus Millwall, Sunday 12 PM live on Sky Sports Football. Norwich will have been frustrated not to have held on at Southampton last week, but they still have enjoyed a good start to the season and they clearly have goals in their side, even following the departure of Teemu Pukki. Millwall have had a strange start. They won at Middlesbrough, then lost at home to Bristol City. It sort of sums up this league. Score draw here for me. Prediction. Norwich City 2, Millwall 2. So he's going for a 2-2 draw. I think, to be honest, he's probably doing that because it's on Sky. And he's trying to hype up the game. Like I said earlier, I think this is 0-0. I think they'll all try to bore the fucking shit out of everyone. And I think that's probably going to work. Norwich City had an extra game in midweek. On Wednesday they played their Carabao Cup game a week later at QPR because QPR's new pitch wasn't ready. So they played an extra game this week. So I think Millwall will just try and ball them down, and I can see 0-0, which is a good result for us away at Norwich City. And you got to think it's gonna be a draw, some kind of draw, just to balance it out and be completely boring and middle of the road. Because we've won 1 game, we've lost 1 game in the league, and now you'd think we're gonna draw a game. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 0-0. Early morning, Sunday. I think probably a lot of Norwich fans will swerve it or turn up late because they'll probably be watching the Women's World Cup final. Because they seem to be the type to do that. But hey ho. So maybe that'll help us. Maybe we get a bit of luck. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going for 0-0. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.